Dr. Amy Crain from Inver Chiropractic and Wellness Center. So we're going into summer, and I know a lot of us have specific health goals leading into summer. One of the main ones we see with our patients is weight loss. I know we're all trying to get that beach bag going, but the better thing to look at instead of weight loss is body composition. And why body composition is important is because of something called metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome means clinical obesity. And 66% of us in America are overweight, and about a third of us are clinically obese. And that can lead to numerous different things. But the 5 factors of metabolic syndrome that we look at is, number 1 is blood pressure. So we want that blood pressure to be normal and not too high. The waist circumference, so that's around our waist, we want that to be decreased. And why is because if we have too much fat around our abdomen, it's called visceral fat. And that visceral fat is around the organs and decreases organ function. So that's super important to be low. Our HDLs, that's the good cholesterol. So we want that to be high because it decreases the bad cholesterol throughout the system. So then glucose, we want that to be low. That's the blood sugar that we have, and that comes from eating a high sugar diet or high carb and inflammatory foods. And then triglycerides we want to be low. So that's another form of fat circulating in our body. So when we have increased glucose, or we're eating high sugar diet, but then we're not working out or have the muscle mass to burn that energy, it actually turns to triglycerides, which then turns to the adipose or fat tissue. So we want that to be low. Now, why metabolic syndrome is important to look at is because that leads us to things like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, decreased thyroid function. And in the US, with metabolic syndrome, it actually puts you at 350% higher risk for cardiovascular disease, so that heart attack or stroke. So it's really important to look at body composition versus weight. Weight doesn't tell us everything. So with that being said, you need a coach to help you look at these things and assess your risk. Now, I always tell my patients, if you could have done it by yourself, you would have done it by now. So we all need a coach. Now, with that being said, this is what we do in our office is we look at body composition. So if you think you have any of these things, if you have increased waist circumference, if you have high blood pressure, come on in and get it checked so we can see where you're at and where we need to go from there. Thanks, guys.